welcome back to another episode of Cobra Kai Kompanion, and I am Peter.
I'm Brihana.
And you guys, making his triumphant return for the umpteenth time is Owen Morgan. How you doing, Owen?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Obviously we've spoken with you ever since, I guess, after season one, but it's really nice to see you have grown up. Your body language is different too. What has it been like for you ever since the release of season 4?
It's been absolutely fantastic. I've loved all the receptions come back from the fans. I'm really proud of what we managed to make up with this season, and I'm glad other people liked it too.
That's awesome. Are you getting recognized on the street? Are you going to be able to go to Dragon Con incognito anymore?
Right.
Or are you always going to be seen?
I don't know. I haven't since the season. I haven't been recognized yet.
For those that maybe have not heard those previous episodes, we talked about meeting you guys in at Dragon Con, and there was the one time Cobra Kai mom Mandy took you and Nate around taking photos with people just wearing Cobra Kai stuff. I hope that by this time they would go back and look at those pictures and realize that it was actually Nate and Bert that they were taking pictures with.
Right.
So
well, I kind of wonder if, when they first got home, if they heard that episode, went, wait a minute, what about those two cute little kids that walked up and stood next to me?
Yeah. So fun times. So I think the last time we spoke, I feel like you just got your permit or just got your license, maybe?
I have no idea. Probably my permit, but yeah. I do have a license now.
You do have a license now. See, like I just posted the picture of like Gianni, Jacob, and Sholo from season 1 versus now. And like here you are driving when like
right.
The first time everybody saw you, you were just little Bert buying milk,
yeah.
at the shop. So are you driving like all the time now?
Yeah, I drive fairly regularly.
Are you running errands for the family, or are you just
not yet? I've managed to avoid that. I mean, I drive my sister around everywhere all the time, but other than that,
it'll be Uber. Owen going to go get real milk for mom.
right.
Or mom, I'm going to go get milk.
No.
All right. So what have you been doing as of late, just to kind of catch up with you?
I mean, like many people, I've just been trying to make do with what I have at home. It was Christmas break recently, so that was a whole thing. But yeah, I mean, it's been fairly uneventful. I've just been kind of enjoying seeing different fan interactions after season 4 and looking at that whole thing.
Nice. What were some surprises for you? Because as I understand it, like you really don't know what's going on unless you're in that episode 2, because then you get the script.
Basically.
So after like watching season 4, what were some surprises for you that you didn't see coming?
Let's see. I did know most of what was going to happen because I would still kind of hear around set, like people talking about stuff that had happened. I think there were only a couple of small things that I didn't really know about. I don't really remember what they were, but I think they just added a little bit more context to some stuff that happened later on. I don't remember what it was though.
Yeah.
Hey, there weren't very many episodes that you didn't at least have a face in the background of, right?
Yeah,
especially
exactly. I had most of the scripts, so
yeah.
Gosh, I had a question. So when you get some of these scripts, what were you excited for? Because obviously we get the return of some training, we get the tournament you get to return to as well. But for you specifically, you're like, oh, I can't wait until we shoot that scene.
Probably the prom scene.
Oh, okay. Please tell. What was it about that?
Well, I mean, I found out that I got to work with Paul Walter Hauser again, yes, which was very exciting. I saw what they kind of had planned, even though it was still a small scene. I was like, this is something that's going to be, I can tell it's going to be a lot of fun to film because, I mean, it's a whole prom thing in general, which is really cool. And after I had my first costume fitting, and I got to find out what outfit I'd be wearing, I was like, yeah, no, this is probably one of the best scenes I'll ever do on this show.
So speaking of Paul Walter Hauser, I've noticed that Raymond especially has this the particular habit of going to Bert when he wants to deliver messages to the other kids. So are he and Bert just gonna like move in together when Bert graduates?
I mean, that's an interesting concept, and I like it.
He strikes me as that one adult friend that like always buys the kids beer. Well, obviously, because we've seen him do it and stuff like that.
Exactly
and then
what he did.
The odd couple, little tiny Bert and not tiny Raymond.
Yeah, I can totally see that happening. I like that.
There you go. There's your spinoff.
There's the spinoff.
Yeah, I again, for those that maybe haven't been following us for a while, I remember after season 2, the last time that we saw Stingray at that party, you were the Bert tender, right? You were seeing kind of like making drinks for people. So just to kind of give a little context there for their past relationship. Can you talk about like your suit and kind of being fitted for it? Did you guys go through different variations, or did Frank already have something in mind for you?
I think we had 2 different suits. The one I had in a more normal looking one, like the whole black and white kind of thing. And I think as soon as I tried the main one with the silver on it, I think everyone in the room knew as soon as I put it on that was the one. Just like no one was outright saying it. We were just like, yeah, this is it. I could tell by Frank's reaction compared to the last one that he liked that one a lot more.
Oh yeah,
to take you from a normal tux to the next level.
Yeah,
I mean it's right up there next to Gianni's Pac-Man suit. Like,
it sticks out.
It really does, and it kind of reminds me of almost like snakeskin too. The design of it.
Never thought of it like that.
I know I texted you and I was all like, hey, is that maybe a nod to Three Amigos? Because it looks.
And I hadn't thought about that before, but that would be really cool.
I think you could.
I don't think it is, but
no, but I think you could be Ned in a reboot or a remake or something.
Yeah,
I think that'd be great.
Definitely, I see a resemblance between him and Martin Short. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, when you got the script for the prom episode.
Yeah.
Were you surprised that the prom fight was restricted to just the two couples? Or did you think you all were going to get into it?
I honestly have no idea. Well, I think it made sense. I was like, I guess everyone breaking out into a whole fight would be a lot. And also the day of the after party. So because Nate and I were minors, we can't film as long as everyone else. So I think we were already wrapped by the time they had filmed that. So they couldn't have us on set. So we couldn't have been a part of it anyway.
So like season 4, like wrapped on season 4?
No, wrapped for the day. Just like there's a certain point where minors have to go home compared to other actors who can work as long as they're told to.
It's kind of like Jacob during the school fight. Like he can finish everything he wanted to do because he had reached his hours. Yeah. Okay. Wow, that's really interesting. Because I was gonna say, I don't recall you guys being there at the after party.
Yeah, we were supposed to have something that just didn't end up making it in. I think there was a lot that needed to make it into the scene, and so they couldn't keep everything.
Right. Lexi DeMarco made it to the party. Not
she did.
Nate. Yeah. I mean, she. Actually, I hear that there's a deleted scene with her introduction. Or were you a part of that?
That was the after party.
Oh, okay.
So that was supposed to be like kind of the finishing joke build-up after Nate and I's couple conversations about him and Lexi. It was supposed to be like, oh, she's actually real. Like that. He wasn't being catfished.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so this sounds like there might have been a little bit more dialogue that we missed.
Yeah, just a little bit, not too much.
Okay, wow.
That's awesome. Looking back on, you are still a minor, but when you were the baby on the set back in season 1, and now, you're looking at being one of the only ones who's still able to, if, like everyone else is aging out of the All Valley after this one, because they're all turning 18.
Right.
So you've become one of the senior members of the karate class. Do you have any bits of wisdom to give Dallas and Griffin?
I don't know. I mean, I would say, I mean, try to not keep your head low, but don't do anything that makes you stick out too much in a bad way. But other than that, I think they've been doing great. So I think they're going to do just fine.
Oh yeah, they're doing pretty good. And let's kind of talk about like the bathroom sequence, because that's when I'm pretty sure that's when your character at least runs into Dallas or Kenny for the first time.
That's true.
Right. So yeah, can you kind of just talk through the that sequence and filming that day?
Yeah, so that was one of my favorite scenes, just on the show in general, because it allowed me to try something new with the character, and that was being a bully. Mm-hmm. And I really liked that concept, especially when I read the script. I was like, I actually like that. I kind of perceived it as like, just from Kenny's point of view, he sees them as a lot more intimidating than they probably are.
So you're so
picking
short
on him.
Okay.
They're high school boys.
Exactly. But it was, I mean, for my first time meeting Dallas, I mean, he was really nice, but also really like professional, but fun to be around. He was very easy to work with. And it just, I think in general, the whole scene went really smoothly.
It really did. When we first saw it in the trailer, all we saw was, Hawk slamming him into the stall, and then we could see Nate in the corner, but we couldn't see you because you were off to the side, and we were trying to figure out what was going on. And I was like, oh, well, he must be picking on them, because no way, would Nate be picking a fight with somebody in the boys' bathroom?
I had seen a lot of people saying that, and that made me laugh, because I also knew that I was there, and I was like, nobody knows. Nobody knows what's really happening.
So speaking about that trailer, since that was like the first bit that we got of anything going on, what were some of like the most funniest theories of just like people would see like 2 frames of what we end up finding out is Sam jumping from roof to roof, and people are like, oh, is that Sam? Like, what's going on? Like Spider Sam? Or like what were something that you just thought was so hilarious and people were just so off on?
I thought the funniest ones were people trying to figure out where Devin was in the trailer, because she wasn't. She just wasn't at all.
Yeah. Like,
so people
Piper
were like
doing
reaching
flips.
And they were being like, I don't know, that looks like Devin. I'd be like, no, that's just wrong. You're just wrong. That does not look like her. I don't know why you think that.
Yeah, like Piper doing the flips.
Exactly.
I just thought her her hair wasn't dark enough to be Devin.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
I was like, why do people think that's her? That's not the right hair color.
And even if it wasn't Una, I felt, and this goes for people thinking Devin was the one jumping from rooftop to rooftop as well. It's just like I would imagine they would at least put the stunt double in dark hair too, because like Mary's hair is brown, and I was just like they would have done a better job to match their hair color. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I will raise my hand and admit that I was one of the ones who thought that Piper doing the flips was Devin, but I could swear someone somewhere had mentioned that Devin was a gymnast. And I was like, that's a tumbling pass. That's got to be Devin, because she's the gymnast, right?
I don't know where
but I can't remember where I heard that.
Could have been another theory.
I think that was probably just a theory.
That's possible.
So, I mean, on the subject of Devin, let's segue into this real quick. Bert knows about Devin as this person in the debate team. Do you have any knowledge as to like how Bert might like know about her? Was he interested in debate? Does he have classes with her somewhere else?
Well,
because this is Bert's doing.
When I was first, I assume he's just a fan of debate, and he goes to watch debates sometimes.
For Devin.
Who knows? But or maybe he's just a big fan of debate. Yeah. I don't know. All I know is that I assume he attends those debates regularly, and so he knows of her well. So and he's like, hey, well, she's clearly got a lot of Eagle Fang personality, so he points her out.
Yeah.
The number of times you said debate made me think I'm missing out on a teenage euphemism here.
No,
or like he's trying to like get our mind off something else, and it's like, no, guys, focus on the debate here.
no.
Maybe something happens in season 5 that we're gonna learn. It's like, oh, that's why Owen kept on bringing up the debate. So with the Eagle Fang, okay, I didn't even make this connection, but I did see on social media somebody was like, oh, that's awesome. Bert has been with Johnny this entire time, with the exception of like that little bit in the beginning of season 3, but that's you hadn't
right.
You didn't leave Cobra Kai yet, but you do get to work with Bert gets to work with Johnny as Cobra Kai, Miyagi Fang, and Eagle Fang. Yeah, but so can you talk about like maybe what it was like? Was there any differences working with Billy this particular season now that it's a larger group of kids, or just again kind of you being like one of the OG, like later OG Cobras, but been around since season 1?
Yeah, I think I don't think anything changed drastically. Now we were with a bunch of people. I think the only difference is there were more people to interact with and have fun with on set. But I don't think anything ever like changed between the way me and Billy interact on set. I think we've always had just a good work relationship throughout the whole show.
Nicole had mentioned there's a season 4 name that I am very happy to mention again and didn't think I would get to, but she mentioned back in season 1 that Billy never seemed to know her name. Like he would call her Miss Robinson when he was talking to Nicole. Did he always know your name, or do you remember there being a point at which he all of a sudden was calling you Owen?
I think Hey Girl was one of those that he called her.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know about season 1. I know by season 2, most people knew my name, but I don't know about season 1.
Yeah, but I mean, Bert did show up a little bit later in season 1 too.
Yeah.
Now, do you think it's safe to say that Nate would now attend Bert's funeral if he died?
I think so.
At least at this point, because like I think a lot of people, and we kind of forgot for a little bit that, okay, well, here's Nate and Bert. Let's see if they're gonna, have any one of those like off the wall lines. But you guys are friends now, so there's really no need to
exactly
have one of those one-liners.
Yeah, I always thought that was really funny how our relationship always just kind of switches as soon as we're on the same side. There's like no reason for us to be enemies at all. We just are because we're on different sides.
Yeah.
It's funny to me to go back and watch season 2 because that was September of 2018. Well, season 4 starts, we're still in December of 2018. And you two have completely transformed where the fists in, the fist bumps in the high school hallway were a little bit different than they are now.
Right.
But you are both at least 6 inches taller than you were in season 2 too.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Do you recall like when you and Nate first met, wasn't he like much shorter than you or just a little shorter than you?
I think he was just a little shorter. No, I don't think he was too much shorter. We were close to the same height, which is probably why they pit us against each other.
Okay. Are you is one much taller than the other now? Or are you guys about the same?
No, I think we're about the same height.
Okay.
Now it's my turn to lose the question.
Okay, well, let's was there anything else from the prom scene? I know you mentioned that you and Nate really couldn't work too long, but anything else you could think of that might have been a deleted scene or some different takes of things, or maybe even like Bert is the one that kind of facilitates the after party because Stingray goes to him. Were there any changes in dialogue or alternate takes with you and Paul Walter Hauser?
Well, because it's Paul, if anyone doesn't know, he likes to improv a lot.
Yes.
And he'll add little things, add little lines here and there in his scenes. I don't think any of the improv lines he did made it in to the final cut, but he had a thing where at the end of the scene, as I'm walking away, he'd always call me. I'd look back around and then he'd say something completely different every time.
What was an example of one?
First one, he said, "You got taller." And then after that, he'd say like, "You look like this." He'd like compare me to like a celebrity or something.
Yeah.
Every single time.
That's
and
awesome.
He'd make a completely wildly different joke. And it had people dying behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, just pointing out that you're tall. I mean, he has been on probation, and he has
exactly.
We didn't see him in season 3, so I think that would have been great. So I do wonder about some of these choices, but that particular episode, Party Time, it was originally like I think Joe said it was about 45 minutes, and the actual runtime on Netflix is 38. So they cut some things in there.
I think that goes for at least in terms of my stuff I was in. I think that goes for a lot of the season.
Yeah.
I had a few extra little moments and lines that didn't end up making it.
Well, let's talk about some of those while so Brihana can think about that question.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm trying to remember them now. I had them all laid out in my head earlier.
Anything from the bathroom scene? Between
No, there was nothing deleted from the bathroom scene. That all stayed in, which I'm really glad about.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, what about maybe some of the training montages where Devin gets to kick all the guys in between the legs?
Right. I think I had a line there.
Weren't you like the first one, maybe?
We're all lined up?
Yeah.
I was like the third one.
Oh, okay. I just remember your facial reaction.
Yeah, I think they had me like do the facial reaction and then like whisper like, "Please." But the please didn't make it in.
How cute. Oh. Well, I mean, it's a tradition. It's a tradition, right?
Yeah.
Aisha punched you all in the face and unflinched this group.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that kind of has to happen. You were at Miyagi-Do, obviously training with Daniel for the Miyagi Fang crossover or whatever. I went to go check it and I can't because I don't have my Netflix muted and I didn't want to like blare Cobra Kai over the speakers at people.
Right.
Were you in the pond scene with the catching the fish?
Yes.
How cold was that water?
Very. Fortunately, they had some of us in like wetsuits that we would wear underneath our outfits so that they could try to keep us warm. They helped a bit. Not a crazy
because that was what, second or third episode, so that was still in February.
Yes. So yes, it was still like the middle of winter.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, as soon as I found out we were going to get in there, I was like, yeah, okay.
I know you guys started about in January. Do you remember it was like kind of towards the end of January? Kind of
when
where
we
it
started?
Yeah.
We started filming the season near the end of January.
Okay, so yeah, I guess that's February or March. I don't know Atlanta weather, but I would imagine it's pretty darn cold.
Yeah.
Do you remember any maybe some training things that didn't make it? Because again, we get a lot of montages.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think most of the montage stuff made it in. I mean, in the first episode, there were, or is it the second episode? It might be the second episode when it has like that little montage of some of the students fighting their senseis.
Okay.
Like most of those were extended. They have like full extended versions where they all have like a full choreographed fight. I had one of those with Johnny.
Oh,
I think originally he at the very end he's supposed to like kick me off the entire thing.
Just like everyone else that poor Bert has ever fought.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if they kept that in, like I think that would be a good setup for Bert fighting, Silver's stunt double there
Right.
at the end too, because you do actually get a point against that. Maybe we could talk about the tournament. You guys returning to the All Valley. What was it like this time around versus the first time you were at the tournament?
Well, I was definitely a little more experienced this time around. I kind of knew what to expect. It wasn't as overwhelming to see all those people there. It was still really exciting though, especially that when I found out that I got to actually make a point on my opponent this time and then immediately lose. But at least I made it a little bit further this time. But yeah, I mean, we spent a while doing the All Valley, but it was really fun overall.
But you gave me hope when he got that point. I was like, yes, he's going to win. No, he's not.
Yep.
Hey, maybe in another All Valley, maybe we'll work it up to that.
All Valley.
I think your mom told me that your opponent is even taller than Thomasine Griffith.
I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah, I think she.
I don't know what their height difference is, but
I know Thomas is like, oh gosh, see now I forgot again. I feel like
I'm always saying 6'4", 6'5", but
yeah.
I'm never right, so I can't remember either.
I think 6'5", but yeah, I think your mom said something to the effect like, she believes that he's taller than Thomas, and like, how can anybody be taller than Thomas? Because Thomas is tall. But have you had many interactions with him off camera?
No, not really.
Well, Jared Padalecki's taller than Thomas. You could fight him next season.
Is he really?
Yeah, Jared Padalecki's 6'6".
I had no idea.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how tall is Jason Eccles?
6'1". No, 6'2". 6'2". We were at a convention. Real quick story. We were at a convention, and someone asked Jensen Ackles what it was like to work with Jared Padalecki, right, as his little brother. And he said, you have no idea how frustrating it is to be 6'2", and I'm the short one.
Yeah. Wow.
Huh.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So what were that now that Eagle Fega Miyagi-Do had merged in the beginning there, you get to do some kind of iconic Miyagi training. What were maybe some of your favorites during those training montages?
I really liked being able to do kata because I don't know, it for some reason I had a tough time practicing it, but I don't know, I was always really proud of how it came out in the end every time.
Everyone's kind of doing the same thing, right? You guys are kind of like taught the motions, and you guys just have to kind of duplicate it.
Yeah, and we have to sync it up right, which is also what makes it more tough.
Because it's a timing thing too, right?
It's a timing thing, and you can't really like look around and see when everyone else is doing it, because sometimes they'll have you like spread out.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, they were all around the pond with their backs to each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I couldn't see them, so I just had to hope.
Oh man.
So are there real koi fish in that pond? I apologize, Dozer is being an idiot. Yes, there are.
Yes.
Oh wow.
They have real koi fish in there.
Oh. Well, I mean, isn't that Aiden's line too? Like,
yeah, are those real koi? And yes, the answer is yes.
Oh wow, that's pretty awesome.
I'm gonna mute me for a second and go spank my dog or something. I'll be right back.
Oh, is that a euphemism?
Okay. No, he's a dog.
Okay, we're talking about a show called Cobra Kai here. Now, did you get any more interactions with Ralph on screen this time around, just now that the two dojos were together in the beginning?
Well, yeah, seeing as we got to actually spend time in the same dojo for once, for actually a while. I got to know him a bit better. But I had already known him a little well for a bit. I think he had known who I was somehow since like season 2 or 3, which was astonishing to me because I hadn't like interacted with him at all. And he somehow just like knew exactly who I was.
I would imagine, talking with your mom, but also, just seeing you around set and watching the show, he gets to see Bert on screen as well. So yeah, that's really cool. Now since you've been around since season 1, and obviously there's other actors like AJ and Craig that have been around since season one. Have you gotten tighter with anyone specifically since season one? Because some of these guys are still around. I think Austin came around like season two, maybe.
Yeah, so I've gotten to know them all fairly well. I wouldn't say I'm like best friends with all of them or anything, but we all know each other pretty well at this point. We're all pretty comfortable around each other.
Yeah. Who would you say, aside from like the Jacob and your Tanners, who we hear are super competitive, are you guys doing anything else like when you guys are shooting in terms of competition, whether it's like a training thing that you guys are trying to be competitive to see who can do or who can like one up one another? You get what I'm asking?
Yeah, I don't think we ever had anything like that though.
Oh, okay.
Just those two with their jump contest.
Right.
Right.
They can get pretty high, those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of, I had mentioned her name earlier and said I was so happy to see her back. Did you know that Nicole was coming back?
I had read it in the script. But I didn't know for a while.
Oh, okay. Because for us, that was like a huge, Peter was trying to rock the baby to sleep and I screamed into the microphone.
Oh.
So that was a big deal.
So, we got screeners this time around, so we got to see it in advance.
Right.
I'm the dummy that read the spoilers that they sent out, like, hey, avoid talking about this in your review if you write one, kind of thing. And I read that, yeah, Aisha returns. So I knew that happened. So, but I still wasn't prepared for when she would show up. I had no idea that Sam would go and visit her. So I was still surprised. But I was just like, oh man, at some point she shows up, it must be the tournament. She must be fighting for another school. Yeah. So I was still really, really surprised to see her, and it was really welcomed.
Yeah.
Let's see. Trying to think. So we talked about the tournament. Oh, so when Carrie Underwood was there on set, did you guys? Was it filmed with like everybody there too, or did did Carrie come and perform and like they didn't have like people in the stands or anything?
I think they had a few different shots. So like there were some where there were people in the stands, there were some where there were people off to the side. I was never in any of the takes. I was off kind of in another room, just kind of listening to it through a muffled door.
You didn't even get to watch her?
No, I mean I could kind of peek through if the camera wasn't pointing in that direction.
Oh, no. I can't even imagine a big like super secret moment like that. And oh my God, it's Carrie Underwood. And she's somewhere out there. I can kind of hear her.
No, we could, I was in like the next room over.
Oh, okay.
Like I could hear her pretty well.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't get to be part of the scene.
So we saw like a bunch of pictures with a lot of cast members and crew taking pictures with her in a specific spot. It kind of reminded me of when Elizabeth Shue was on set for season 3. Same kind of thing. A lot of people took pictures with her in front of the tree. So was it just something where they're like, hey, Carrie is going to give us some more time if you guys want to take pictures, and everyone lined up? Is that?
I have no idea. I just remember someone telling me, hey, Carrie Underwood's taking pictures with people. We should go line up.
Yeah. Okay. That's funny.
Did you recognize the song?
No.
At least you're honest about it.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't recognize it.
When was it that you found out, or do you still not know?
I think I heard it. I heard that was what it was before the season came out, but I forgot where.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess that was your question, huh, Brihana?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure as we get ready to wrap up here, because I think we've kind of gone through it all.
Okay.
Now you were in, what was it, season 3 of Stranger Things?
Yes, I had a brief appearance.
Right. And so season 4 should be coming out relatively soon, but
I have no idea.
Yeah, but obviously we're the reason I bring that up is because that was a previous project of yours. is there anything in the works currently that you might be able to promote or kind of share about?
Nope.
Okay.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nope, can't tell you anything.
Nope.
Okay. Well, I suppose that's it. Brihana, do you have any final questions for Owen?
What piece of because I honestly don't remember having seen it. What piece of furniture and or housing did you get thrown through or into this season? Any?
I don't think so.
Okay, because you were one of Amanda's first lines. You were like,
Exactly.
a small
boy was
child.
thrown through the window.
Yes.
Yeah, you know it.
Oh yeah.
It was pretty hilarious. It was a great. I think that was one of my first chuckles too.
Yeah.
I like that line.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I guess let me ask my last question. What is something that happened to any of the other characters that you would have been like, oh, that would have been, I would have liked to have done that, like a scene for you.
Oh,
or even
I
a
have no
moment.
idea. I don't think there's anything like that for this season.
Yeah. Or what about maybe one of the training things that you didn't get to do because that's when you were learning Miyagi-Do? Like, would you have wanted to jump from roof to roof?
Oh, yes. No, I was jealous about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, I was like, why don't I get to do something cool like that? I have to get in the cold water.
Well, you get to get in a cement truck.
Well, yeah, it was like 3 seasons ago.
But I mean, if that's at least 5 Nates across, then it's got to be 4.5 Berts, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that would be impressive.
Maybe Bert will be used as a measuring.
Please don't use me as a unit of measure.
Unit of measure next season. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Owen. Well, thank you so much for returning, giving your insights and sharing your stories. You're always welcome back here, even if it's not for an interview. We enjoy having you on here.
Absolutely. I love being back.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Now, I feel like you do listen to some of our episodes. Did you hear our season 4 breakdown?
I don't think I had.
The trailer.
I think I was going to get to that.
Okay, because again, I know like people like to hear what we think of the trailers, and a lot of it are so wrong.
I did listen to the trailer one.
Anything where you're just like, oh my god, they are so wrong.
I don't remember. Probably.
Okay.
Well, that I thought
most people were wrong about a lot of stuff in the trailer. So
yeah, I thought Kenny was bullying Nate. I had that one completely ass backwards.
Yeah,
oops, we're not old enough to cuss. Sorry.
Oh, come on. I think Bert had the BS line in the bathroom. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. See?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's true. That's true. And Nate got last season's F-bomb.
Yeah, Nate. Yeah.
That's right. Yep. Yeah. Two F-bombs this season. So that's awesome.
Yeah. That took me by surprise. I only saw one of them. So
you probably saw the Jacob one.
Yeah. I didn't know the Johnny one was going to happen. That caught me by surprise.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was like, wait,
what?
It's like, Netflix. They can get away with that.
Yeah, they are Netflix.
They could have one every episode if they wanted.
If they chose.
Well, I don't know if that would be TV 14. I would probably be higher than that. Bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Okay. All right, Owen. Where can people follow you if they want to interact with you on like Instagram or Twitter?
Yeah, I'm mostly on Instagram. It's at Owen Morgan. I think the O in Morgan is a 0. I'm verified, so it shouldn't be hard to find me. But
yep. Watch out for those fake accounts that are trying to be like cosplayers or something. I still don't get that stuff.
I haven't found any of those yet, but
good.
I'm sure they probably exist.
We'll report them if we find them.
All right.
Brihana, what about you?
I am Brihana25 on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all those places. Fanfiction.net, archive of our own. And on behalf of the YouTube live stream chat, we have been trying to summon you, Owen, without success.
I'm so sorry. I've been trying to make time to get on, but I just haven't been able to lately.
He's a busy body now. Busy.
Busy.
For me, I'm on Twitter at Cobra Kai Pod and Cobra Kai Kompanion on Instagram. Check out our website, CobraKaiCompanion.com. We've got at least 4 or 5 episodes with Owen, including one of my personal favorites with Owen and Gianni, where we do some improv. It's still one of the, I don't know the expression, you get all the laughs and the belly chuckles and all that. So Very underrated episode, Underseen. Definitely check it out if you guys are looking for more Owen and Gianni content. So as always, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.